What's good, family? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy Riyadh for coming through and boosting up the coin. Big man coins, no doubt about it. So, we got some breaking news right now regarding your man's Oleksandr. Very nice, I like. How much? Wife nice, how much? Usyk. Some bottom line breaking news, 100%. Usyk is a legend. In fact, let me read the quotes out. The points for the agreement was sent to team's scariest side. The deadline is set. The clock is ticking. The ball is on. Hashtag greedy belly's side now. We did everything in our power to make it happen. At Tyson. Fury. So, this implies that we know there was negotiations going on in the background about the whole rematch clause. I think that was end of the day, man. Usyk cucked himself, grabbed his ankles for 30%, so that was done. It was allegedly the rematch clause. We haven't heard anything else publicly, although Usyk's manager came out yesterday, I think it was, and said that it was a bit iffy and we're waiting on Team Fury still. So I don't know, man. What we do know is there's been no specific updates since the rematch clause. That was a sticking point. Neither side, Usyk himself doesn't allude in this particular statement whether or not. It would have been nice really for him to have put in here, we have or we haven't agreed on the rematch clause. But really this implies, well, I'm not sure what this implies. Have they taken, is Usyk sending the agreement with a rematch clause in or without one? No idea. What we do know is, again, Team Usyk clearly have come to some sort of, well, you'd like to think it's some sort of final point. It does have to be said, it was 2 weeks ago that I was under the belief that Team Usyk, it was 50-50 or 60-40 to the winner, or they're walking away. That's what they said out their own mouth. So, and that's the problem to some extent. When you do bend, there's no telling. You understand? Team Fury are thinking, this guy's taken 30%, and Fury's, bear in mind people, Fury has said as much. I is celebrating it. Don't get me wrong, Fury's a complete cornball, but as far as negotiations go, when you know what I mean, when someone's taking what you're telling them to take, he took the 30%, he took the rematch clause, what will he take next? You know what I mean? I don't know, ain't got a clue. Again, all we can do at this point, listen, never mind, we're cucked, 100%, fans are cucked. We're just sitting here, grabbing our own ankles, waiting to get popped, 100%. Yeah, is Tyson, essentially, as fans, we sit here waiting to get popped by Tyson Fury. Will he or will he not pop us from the back? Yeah? If Fury does what he's supposed to do, we should never be in this situation in the first place. Why? Well, it's not December 12th, people. Sorry, it's not December 19th. It's March 19th. December, January, February, 4 months. And really, no, they was telling us in November. Don't forget, people, the Giselle fight, that was a midway fight. That wasn't a be-all and end-all fight. Team Fury was in negotiations with Team Usyk in October. But anyway, the fact of the matter is, Team Usyk are a legend. They've sent a final contract. That's what the points for agreement were sent to Fury's side. Is that a final contract? I'm not sure. I don't know what it is at this point. You just don't know, do you? There's so much. I don't know what it is. The points for agreement. It still appears maybe it's at the draft stage, you know, actually thinking about it now. The points for agreement were sent to Fury's side. The deadline is set. The clock is ticking. Is this just another play? Are we still stuck at the rematch clause? We don't know. Again, I mentioned it earlier, but it would have been nice for Usyk to have clarified. There's still not a dispute. Fans need to know, is there or is there not still a dispute with the rematch clause and or any other factors? It would have been nice for Team Usyk to have said, listen people, we've agreed on the rematch clause. Everything is agreed and we've sent the final form. Do you understand? This doesn't tell us whether Fury is likely or whether Fury should be signing this one. For example, we've sent the points of agreement to Team Fury. If them points of agreement are a 50-50 basis, you know what I mean? If Usyk doesn't clarify in this whether it's 70-30, whether it's rematch clause in or out, whether it's other things have been going on in the last week or so, where it's quieted down. So 5 days ago, the whole rematch clause dropped. I think it was about a week ago, the rematch clause problem dropped. We haven't heard of any other problems. Is that because there wasn't any problems or because we just haven't heard it? We don't know. This is the problem with this sport, man. People complain about football. Listen, with football, you know exactly we're going to be playing this team 3 times a year. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. There's no ducking and dodging. In my opinion, it should be scheduled, you know. In fact, it's a great idea. We know these world championship level fighters fight twice a year, yeah? As standard. There's a weird culture in boxing that's like, one mandatory per year. Yeah. If I had my way, it'd be 1 mandatory per year, and then 1 unification per year, as standard. Yeah, you will defend the belt against a challenger, and in that same year, you're ordered to defend the belt against 1 champion. That's what being a champion should mean. You take on a challenger, and you take on a fellow champion. If you don't like it, don't take a belt. Because really, wait a minute, in what other sport, are you expected to only compete twice a year? I'm not saying, obviously, boxing's, you get damaged and whatever else, but for healthy athletes that aren't damaged, Floyd Mayweather, really, he was the guy who came along and popularised that whole once a blue moon, once a year. To be fair, Floyd was pretty consistent twice a year. Well, when he wasn't retired, ducking De La Hoya, but you know what I'm saying? So, really, back in the early days, I'm pretty sure Ali was fighting more. No, I ain't gonna historian, but I'm sure it's at the peak of Ali's career, they were more consistent than dipping in, dipping out. Certainly when it comes to the quality of caliber of fighter they're taking on. These guys, Tyson Fury fighting Chisora, the guy ain't even ranked. Never mind challenger. Never mind, you know what I mean? Like, I'll fight Chisora, an unranked, not a challenger, not a belt holder, but then I'll play games. I don't know, man. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Team Fury are about to sign. WBA who previously ordered the Usyk fight versus Daniel Dubois, that's now been delayed to April 1st, which is good news. But in a way, it's kind of like we're just stretching. Are we stretching things out for the sake of stretching things out? I don't know. But again, what we do know is we're cucked as fans. So make sure you got some lube, 100%. Make sure you got them ankles. Make sure you got them socks pulled up, ready to grab them ankles. You don't want to get any. Listen, the fans are so down bad. You best have some socks on, because you don't want to get some sores from grabbing yourself too hard. 100%. Get some sores, get some comfy socks, so when you grab them ankles, yeah. Anyway, let's see how it plays out. Let me know your thoughts. Oh yeah, and that's one more thing as well. There's a few funny style Team Scary fans in the DMs or in the comments of this particular statement. And the dude said, this guy Usyk, he doesn't send anything. He takes 30%, he takes what he's given. Getting at the fact that Usyk essentially saying, we've just sent you the final draft. Team Fury Man fans, Team Usyk don't send us anything. We tell you what, you know what I mean? You jumped to our tune, is what that guy is, a legend. I've run out of things to say on this topic. It's tired. The whole game's tired. I just hope that there's something magical happens and it gets pulled off. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Does the fight happen? Doesn't it happen? Is it going to get signed? Frank Fisher's warring out here. Oh yeah, we've got some good news coming. Yeah, Cap. You've been saying that. Frank since December has been telling us. Yeah, it's been signed. Like I said a few days ago, I've had people in my DMs from December. YB, you're lying. It's been signed. But listen, what we should know now, is 2 weeks from now. I mean, wait a minute, they're meant to be fighting on. That's another thing I would have liked clarified. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, they're meant to be fighting April 26th. Now, I understand that Sugar Hill's in the UK now, and they're training and whatever else, but I don't know. Mate, has Usyk sent the final agreement on the basis of a April 26th date? We don't know that either. But obviously, them man are on the inside, so they'll be communicating. They'll know what they're about to agree to. And you'd like to think, if Team Usyk have sent the final points to Team Fury, that there's some sort of agreement there. However, the language used here by Usyk implies there might not be an agreed draft. If there's an agreed, think about it. If me and you have been negotiating, and we have come upon an agreement which we are both agreeing to, guess what? You don't need to put a public statement out saying, hey, I've sent Tyson Fury the final contract about to sign, because we've both agreed. In fact, you just come out with the announcement. We've got a final draft and we've agreed to it. Or is it a case of Usyk has put his pen, you know what I mean? Is this a signing off statement? My name's Usyk. Yes, we've been negotiating behind closed doors. And I've just put my pen on the paper. Now it's your turn to do the same. I'm not too sure how far down the line this is. It would have been nicer, but then again, English isn't Usyk's first language, so Usyk not being as specific as saying, "I've signed the final draw. I've signed the contract. It's up to you now. Everything's live agreed. All terms are agreed. I've signed. Are you gonna sign now, Tyson Fury?" Is this statement as clear as that? No. So, really, I've just waffled for 20 minutes, and I can't tell you anything about anything. We'll find out in a few days. Let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, and like off the bell 100%.